Welcome, friends, in and of an awakening world. Thank you for your presence here. And the last yama that is recommended for you is non-attachment. And the sutta says that if someone is staying detached, staying as non-attachment, they will come to know fully the purpose of their birth, why and how they were born. And what it means, obviously, is that what non-attachment leads to in your life, with what is happening for you, with how things are, simply means you take yourself out. It is what you also practice actually in meditation. For once, the small self or the mind, which is actually the same thing, takes itself out. It no longer follows its constructed, conditioned sense of self. For once, you are not possessing anything. You're not possessing any thought. You're not longer possessing a sense of self. You're no longer obstructing your own actual river by your own ideas. It isn't only about self-sabotage. It is also to start really finding, realizing, knowing how the mind pulls you usually in so many directions all day. All day you keep yourself distracted. All day something is suggested to you. This needs to follow up. This needs to be done. This is why you are here. And a lot of it is conditioned by culture, conditioned by your own ideas of how life has to be or what you are here to bring. And many people actually don't really come to know their own purpose, even though their purpose is also, simply happening through their life. But this deep, deep search for direction, this deep seeking. Why are you here? What is it you seek? But more importantly, for this sutta, what is it that you are bringing? What is your purpose? Not a purpose that is self-imposed, self-stipulated. The purpose that is what is truly meant for you. And so many people are just torn because the mind suggests this or that, or this or that. Even within spirituality, new trends, new ideas, new things, this continuous striving. Non-attachment is giving up your own ideas completely is such an important yama for self-realization, actually. So you are fully realizing your birth. This is the positive outcome, but also you can fully realize what you are when you are negating everything that the mind stipulates that you are. Neti, ancient practice, negating what is coming up. It's one of the things that meditation helps you with. It's also this practice for this moment of meditation. When you sit down, when you close your eyes, you are no longer possessing any thought. You are no longer following a lead. You're taking your hands off. You're dropping the thoughts. You're dropping everything that is stipulated for once by the mind. And in the beginning, this is really difficult. And it is even difficult to detach from thought. I close my eyes. It's still ongoing. There's an ongoing self-commentary happening in your mind, even about meditation. So how can you detach from that? And a good way to start coming into contact with that which is not engulfed in thought is to stop all thoughts. For this one moment, this one instant, you break through the continuous movie that the mind plays. And in this short moment, in this short absence of thought, in this short intermission in which nothing is playing, for once, there can be a deepening recognition of that which exists prior to thought, of that which exists independent of thought. So each time that you stop your thoughts, each time that there is this brief pause in between thoughts, each time that you break loose the chains of the mind, also come into this knowing that there is existence prior, that there is the greater you prior, beyond, amidst. Come into this, come into touch with this as a recognition as a realization. And from this space, once you know this space, don't take on. Just don't allow thoughts. If it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes per day, don't allow. Every time thought comes, drop it. Drop it, drop it, drop it. Stay out of thought. Don't let yourself be pulled by the mind. Learn to stay detached, non-attached. And from this non-attachment to thought, this training of witnessing, but also the training of dropping, the training of stopping, the training to not be identified, which means not be enmeshed, the training to discriminate between what you are and what is suggested. This training allows you to become more detached. It allows you to create distance to whatever is arising. Then at some point, not just in meditation, but in your life, to have a steady detachment, to have a steady non-attachment to the world of form. It doesn't mean it isn't enjoyed, but there is just the continuous clarity that this is ephemeral, that everything that comes goes, that it is continuously changing, and most importantly, that it doesn't matter if it is changing. It doesn't cause the same kind of grasping anymore. You aren't found in it. You know where you are found. When you know where you are found, your purpose can reveal itself. There's a lot of your own obstacles, a lot of your own self-sabotage, a lot of your own constructs of how it has to be. How your life has to look like. How your day has to look like. All this can also then be infused by non-attachment. You are allowing life to be as it is. You are allowing the divine to play itself through you as it wants. You become more acutely aware of why you are actually here. And a lot of the restlessness, a lot of what usually pulls us in 50,000 directions at the same time, every day, every year, and we are not sure, is this our purpose? Is this our purpose? Or is this our purpose? Should we do this? Should we go more deeply into this? All of that falls away. What is necessary for you to do, what is necessary for you to actually embody, is then just coming. And a lot will just be discarded or fall off. A lot will no longer resonate. A lot will no longer be prompted. A lot of the comparison will just also be discarded. It just is your own epic tale then, but no longer your own person's epic mind's tale, but you, the greater you, the true self, the divine. And it will be very simple. And to practice stopping thoughts, stopping your own stipulations, your own mental programs, these deeply ingrained mechanisms of how we think, what we think, what we think this life is, what we think our purpose is, but also these fundamental mental patterns such as restlessness or being directed all over the place, or just, this, or maybe this, or maybe I should do this. All of it, you have the means to break out of this. You have the means to stop this. You have the means to say no. And this starts with stopping mind stream. Just for a couple seconds, several times per day, you stop all thoughts. You just rest in what is the pause, in the gap, in nothing. More exquisitely, more clearly, you will come to see what is detached, what has no attachment. What isn't pulled, what isn't distracted, what doesn't have an opinion, what doesn't resist, what allows life and that greater sense of self to actually live as you. And it's such an important yama because oftentimes also what's conditioned is more of. I need more of this. I need to know more. I need to read more. I need to learn more. I need to pray more. I need to surrender more. And non-attachment is you're letting go. It isn't more. It is stopping it all. So you break the chains of the mind. You stop all thoughts. You become more acutely aware of what exists prior, beyond, amidst, but what is always here and not engaged, enmeshed, thinking. And in meditation, you drop thoughts. You learn non-attachment, detachment from thought, from being pulled into all directions. And as you practice this, and this is allowed to deepen, your recognition of yourself is allowed to deepen, the recognition of your true self, that which exists prior. As this is allowed, as this deepens, it has these beautiful ramifications for your life. One of that is detachment, non-attachment. One of them is less small self, obstruction, construction, desire, destruction, pulling. More of what you are here to bring is simply then coming, understood. More of what is false or was only an idea can fall off, not in a negative way, but allows more of you to simply shine as you were meant to be, how and why you were born. And then there's also no more questioning. Am I doing the right thing? Is this now what I am supposed to do? Should I not do this? This will also not be. What is then done is done by itself, for itself. And the question doesn't even arise. May you come to know what you are by practicing non-attachment and allowing that, what you are, to crystallize distinctly for you, your purpose for everyone. Namaste.